what to do. Hi. It's really nice to be here with you.
50 times.
50 times.
Do the land acknowledgement. Some turd on our last feed wrote in and said, if you feel so bad on your own land, why don't you give it away? I was like, we don't actually own it.
We don't own anything.
But then I was also like looking to see like how many, like I always check when somebody's like this, I'm like, I better check and see if this guy's got any like clout. They've always got like 45 friends. You know, it's like this lonely guy with 45
That's
friends
mad.
that works all day, goes home, and then just poops on people's broadcasts.
Poop. Just a poop mouth.
So this is something clever, and they blocked him.
We are going to do the land acknowledgement because we acknowledge
all people.
All people will acknowledge this land.
And this land.
That's why we do it.
And then the people that belong to
and we love this land. And we're just grateful to be here.
I'm
right?
grateful to be here too.
Me too. The Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on Mohkinstsis is the ancestral territory of the Siksika Sitapi, the Siksika, the Gaina, the Piikani, and the Amskapi Piikani. We acknowledge all First Nations and Métis of Treaty 7 lands, the Tsuut'ina, the Ithkabi, which includes Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Goodstoney. We commit to advancing reconciliation guided by truths, respecting treaty laws, and humbly walking alongside First Nations, Métis, and Inuit. We recognize all who live, work, play, and make art on these lands, and who now call this place home. And even the people who struggle on these lands. We acknowledge everybody.
Right? Let's start going right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tonight's a special night. The last time we did this, we set the alarm off.
Yeah. So
also, there's a broken piece of this somewhere.
Oh, I threw it out. I saw that.
Where?
Ooh.
You gotta be careful when you throw that out. We let the garbage can on fire at the gallery, and it relit itself about 15 times before.
It was dangerous. Oh, I didn't know it was that stuff.
How do you start this one?
Like that.
In the corner?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just do it. It's good. Whoa. Here, I'll hold the fit.
Oh, maybe I can start this one.
Maybe don't keep.
Can't see what I'm doing. There we go.
Yay!
Do you want to open the window behind me?
Yeah.
On the curtains.
Oh, so nice. Happy 50. So it's just a couple weeks away from our 1 year doing this online, but this is our 50th. Oh, eep, derp, dip.
We can't do anything about that. Just...
Oh.
Guess we'll remember tonight forever.
Well, I was thinking about the smoke. I didn't look.
I've been meaning to christen the table.
Christen.
Oh, we don't even smoke, so it's like cigarette butts. Now it's like vintage. Okay, did that only went halfway in?
That's okay.
More.
Can we?
What?
Okay. I'm gonna say stop, but.
Well, I do need something under here. Maybe it already went.
No, it didn't.
There we go. Oh,
I don't. Yep. I'll get what?
Fire! Luckily, it's not the carpet. Oh my god. Yeah, because if the building did go down, it would be too late for us to pretend it wasn't us. Oh, it's so much worse than you think. No, but paper towel is not the solution.
It's wet paper towel.
That doesn't work if you'll remember.
For the table, it might.
No.
Happy 50th!
We really messed up the table.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It's even nicer than it was before.
Okay. I'll move this.
Yeah, good idea. I need that paper.
Oh,
what's left?
Oh God! Oh,
is it hot?
Oh God!
What are you doing?
I don't know.
I'm spoil carpets. Oh, this paper has burns on it. So, I'm reminded of when Felix was at the cabin the first time, and he burned his hand, and he was so proud. Such a proud boy. Did not want to admit that he harmed himself. And he snuck off to weep. It was very sad.
How are we looking? Like crazy
Look
people?
what I did to the table. That's crazy. Well, you live, you learn. Now it's like, yeah, broken in.
Like you said, like 1970s broken in.
Yeah, right? That's going to be on all of our broadcasts from now on.
Nice.
Okay. Well.
Decisions were made. We're here together in this. I didn't.
What's your plan for tonight?
I'm making Victorian
I don't think I
puzzle,
shared it, so what does this say here?
puzzle
Nice
pieces.
spelling. Did we spell something wrong?
No, Scott's.
Oh, right.
Rich.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to click copy here, and I'm going to put it in the comments. And maybe if somebody comes along, they can share. You can click that right there, wherever she may be. I think it's over there. It might be over there, wherever you keep your comments. And
Well, that was exciting.
okay, and Scott's donating blood for the paintings we gave him.
That is so nice.
And I've got some work to do. Where are we? Okay, here we go.
This was a bad choice. I want to make these little folded notes, but I chose really. I thought this was
Okay,
thinner
listen.
than this one.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I'm going to zone out for a bit, so I really need you to be
Oh yeah, I could talk about my things
in the. Yeah.
in a moment. Yep. So it's very nice to be with everyone tonight. I am making Victorian pocket puzzles, which is like a really sweet way of folding notes. Oh, and
Nice and loud. Sweetheart, like I can hear my paper over your voice.
as soon as you tell me to speak loud,
I know
just don't
you're
wanna
defiant,
speak.
but I need you to be nice and loud.
Okay. Oh, I got water.
Or I
on my
really
thing.
need to redo the sound.
No, it's okay. So this is a folded one. Oh, I was going to show you too. I finished my clay pieces I did 3 clay pieces. This is really cool. So this is the first part, and then it pinwheels open to reveal the inside. So there's some really beautiful paper artists on the internet, and they do these beautiful foldings with like printmaking and inks and all these beautiful designs. And I thought I would take the song The Holly and the Ivy, and I would put the words on here and then illustrate the words onto the pocket. I had started and I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking here. I thought I could do it on a smaller one, but I chose really thick paper and that was a bad choice.
Well, that's look at it, it's just my hair.
I just wrecked it. Oh yeah.
Were you watching the screen for me?
Well, I was like, it's his hair, but he's focused, so.
Okay, I need another plan.
In a second, I'm going to.
That's not really a broadcast if it's just my hair. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking it would be
We can
like
take the other camera off.
a great reveal when you.
Okay. You don't need to pay attention. Just do your thing.
Okay. I'm gonna get the clay pieces that I made to show. No, I don't have to. I can do that later.
You can get the clay pieces.
Huh?
See? And I'll take over and I'll tell a funny joke. I don't know any funny jokes. I think there are nights when I expect you to take over, and then you're expecting me to take over, and then it's like, who's on top? You know what I mean?
So I thought this would be a nice place
Who's on top of this broadcast?
for my magic things. So I dried some citrus. I dried more. I should go. And I want to make, actually, look how nice that is with the sun behind it. I want to make little garlands with this. And then
Judy.
But this was my pinch pot I made a while ago. And I put my magic stuff in it. I put a copper float and a dark flux. And then I also did a copper float and a dark flux on this one. And they turned out completely different. So it's kind of like a blue tinge to this. And then there's more copper on this one because I tried them in different orders. So this is just like a goodie jar. And I like that it kind of looks like a mouth. So then you can... It's actually, well, I was going to say it's a perfect shape and size for my hand, but because it's a pinch pot, that makes sense because I made it with my hand.
I like pinch pots. I really like pinch pots probably the most.
Yeah.
In terms of like pottery.
Yeah.
And then there's probably like a 1970s name for when you take the rings and you like roll out like loops of clay. And
coil.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, coil.
A coil pot?
Yeah.
I think that was just your teacher.
No, that's what you call. What's it called?
Coil pot?
Yeah.
Made out of rings?
Like coils, right? Like you snake it around and you keep adding on to it?
So the one, I'll tell you why I'm being difficult. The one I made wasn't a coil. It was like loops.
Like you made circles like this?
Yeah, and then stacked them.
Like rings. Like
a stacked ring one, I would
like
believe.
This.
Yeah, but a coil one, yeah. Coil one it wasn't a coil.
Did you roll out like thin and then make the circles?
Guess how old I was?
How old were you?
I was 5.
I'm asking, oh, you don't remember.
Right.
Okay.
I know that it existed in my house for most of my life. The pot that I made when I was 5 in kindergarten.
That's really nice.
For all I know, maybe the teacher made it for me. You know how sometimes the teachers make stuff and then pretend you made it?
Yeah.
Like I had a really nice gift from Felix when he was like 1. It's like his daycare worker did that. I think maybe like they put his handprint in the
pink.
Something like that, yeah. But would that also be a coil then? Am I completely wrong here? Because
that would also be a coil.
It wasn't a coil.
Well, it's not like you're coiling it up like a spiral, but you'd still roll out the coils and then you're just cutting specific lengths of them.
What did I call it? Like stacked rings?
Stacked rings, yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. It all makes sense.
That was the same year that my teacher read me Bonnie McStrithers, You're Driving Me Dithers. Bonnie McStrithers, You Drive Me Crithers. Did you know that song, that book?
No, but it sounds wonderful.
Yeah. I liked the story so much I came home and I told my mom the whole story. I wonder if it still exists actually.
What is it called?
Bonnie McStrithers, You're Driving Me Dithers or Crithers.
Bonnie
or something.
McCrithers?
Struthers.
McStrithers.
You're driving me dithers. Again, I was 5.
No, this is fun because it would be cool if we found the book.
Did anybody we're supposed to talk to ask about the link? Because I put it in the thing. Am I talking to myself?
Temporarily unavailable.
What was it called?
Bonnie McSmithers, You're Driving Me Dithers.
Who said by?
Sue Ann Alderson.
Do you know where it's printed? It would kind of make sense if it was one of those Canadian books.
Yeah, it looks like this one's French.
Oh no. Was it supposed to be French?
No, it just looks like it's been translated.
No.
Bonnie McSmithers is at it again.
No.
Yeah.
What year?
Um,
What?
so cute.
What?
Wow.
What?
It's just cute. 1990.
1990 is impossible. I was 5 years old when I read it. Oh, this the
Publication
sequel.
date. No, that's the McDithers.
It's not possible.
Maybe that's like maybe it was a reprinting publication.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
not possible.
Oh my god.
What?
It's $200
Oh.
on eBay.
Is that a print?
Yeah. Publication year 1986.
Nope.
We keep finding older versions. This is so cool. The art is so funny.
Does it have any indication of what the story is about?
I think Bonnie McSmithers is crazy.
That would explain why I liked it so much.
It looks like she's just wild.
Is there any like reference to the story, or you just?
Hold on. I'm gonna look it up on Goodreads.
Are you checking the comments?
Yep, I keep looking. So, book description, book detail. Yeah, it keeps saying 1986, 1990.
It's not.
No, I'm not doubting you because you're little. I'm just saying, like, I wonder if these are reprints.
They are.
Oh, cool. Sue Ann Alderson was born in New York in 1940 and moved to Vancouver in 1967, where she lived happily ever after. She's a professor at UBC Creative Writing Program. 16 published books for children.
Right.
She wrote Ida and the Wool Smugglers.
Don't care.
Bonnie McSmithers, You're Driving Me Dithers.
It's the only book that matters.
Bonnie McSmithers is At It Again.
Right.
Oh yeah, At It Again is dated 1978. So the first one must have been in the early 70s.
Hey, I have something to tell you.
Yeah.
So we were at Chinook Mall the other day.
There's a third one called Hurry Up Bonnie. Yeah.
Yeah, like as she gets older and more established in life.
Yeah.
And you know, I do sort of feel sorry for this young chap because we were at the store, and I know it's his job to say as we're leaving, as we're checking out, did you find everything you were looking for? And I gave him the well, how bad do you want to know is I think what I think I said. And I understand it's a formality that they're asking you, do you want to buy anything else? Right? They're not actually asking you
if you found it.
If they've made you happy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's posed as have we exceeded the exceptional care you would have liked to have in this store? And so it's unfortunate that the earnest answer to that question, if I'm to take him literally, is no. My wife and I are both authors. We're not just Canadian authors, we're Albertan authors. We're not just Albertan authors, we're Calgarian authors. And neither of our books are on your shelves right now. Which, you know what? They were on the shelves, but then they got sold. And then the store didn't replace them.
Yeah.
Now, he could say, well, they're not selling very well. He could say that if they were in the store. If the books aren't in the store, they can't speculate whether the
yeah, because they're gone.
books are going to sell or not, because they had books, they had copies of the books, and then they stopped selling copies of the books. I was going to my grandmother's funeral in Bonnyville And at the time, I was on the Alberta. They just published the Alberta bestsellers list.
Yeah.
Now I know I was on the Alberta bestsellers list for that year from earlier in the year. But while I was on the Alberta bestsellers list, I got the idea to pick up a few copies of my book to take to my relatives in Bonnyville.
Yeah.
I stopped in Edmonton, and there were books of ours, in fairness, I still think in the stores in Calgary, but because of just like the regionalism and the way things are presented and the way things are promoted,
Yeah.
right? Because those stores are so filled with plastic.
Yes.
Right? Like just stuffed with plastic and shit everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's impossible to imagine that somebody that hasn't been already sold your book is going to find it in that mass. It's just, unless they've gone into the store looking for your book, then they're not going to ever stumble across it. Now, consider this. Maybe like 20, 30 years ago, that was the bookstore's position. They're like, we'll bring the people in to buy your books. But now, if you already know you want my book, then you can buy it from me or you can buy it online, right? There's no reason to go to a bookstore unless somebody's going to put books in front of you that matter.
Totally.
And so the guy said, oh, did you find everything you're looking for? And I said, don't say it. He's not really asking you. He doesn't care about your feelings. He's just asking you because that's his job to ask you. And I thought, don't say it because it's not an earnest question.
Yeah.
Then I thought, screw it. And I told him, actually, my wife and I are both authors and we're Alberta authors. We both won awards for our books and the books aren't in the store. And I also checked to see if you had Douglas Copeland. You don't have Douglas Copeland. And you only got one Jack Kerouac, which is like the pop culture Jack Kerouac. So road, right. So it's all fine, right? If you don't want to sell my book.
Is it though?
No. Because what happened is those bookstores came in and they wiped out the mom and pop shops that were thoughtful about buying books. And all they buy now is like mass piles of junk. And when they buy your book, which isn't always, they have it on the shelves for a while and then they decide, oh, well, this isn't fresh anymore. So they treat books like magazines.
Yeah.
And I have no loyalty or love for these big box bookstores.
No. Oh.
I hated them when they came out.
Yeah.
It was Peter Zosky once gave me the idea that I could give him a chance. And I was listening to Peter Zosky and somebody talk about the big bookstores. And he had empathized with the idea that, well, on the bright side, it's 11 o'clock and people are sitting there with their coffees
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
and staying up late reading. But it is a very long time since any of those bookstores were open till 11.
Yeah.
And also, here's where it got even more complicated is that was like 2 trips to the store when that happened.
Yeah.
The last trip to the store we'd gone last night, we went to go get Robin from the airport and we were early. So I was like, oh, well, let's go pick up your shoes because you ordered some shoes and you wanted to pick up your shoes and that's fine. So what am I doing? You have to keep an eye on the screen to make sure are we on the team?
Sorry, I was just involved in your story.
I know.
And
well, I could look myself, but I thought.
Sorry,
we're starting now. Can you help me?
Can
you help me keep like my end of the broadcast up?
Yeah.
You're doing really good. Well, so anyhow, I was in the store yesterday, and we had to kill some time. And normally, up until last night, was the first time really this has ever happened to me. I thought, well, if I want to kill a little bit of time in the mall, I'll go to the bookstore. Mm-hmm. And the problem is I'd already been to the bookstore and they didn't have any books I wanted. They didn't have my books. They also didn't have any of the books that I wanted. Mm-hmm. And so I knew it would be futile to waste my time to go into this bookstore because, like sometimes I go to the record store, I got to pick which record I'm going to buy.
Yeah.
To go into a bookstore that filled with crap and not need anything and on top of that, not be able to find anything. Yeah. That's kind of devastating. So here's the other part. While I was realizing that I probably am going to stop going to that store, that kind of store even, I'm going to stop going to chapters at all, I think, because every book I've ever looked for is happily on order, but then they just got like junk everywhere, right? And they're like, even if it's not, sure, they might have some great books, but most of it's just like plastic baubles and things. And I think, was it you telling me that they make their money off the plastic baubles?
Yeah, the markup's crazy on the stuff. The books they don't really make.
Right. Acceptable, not acceptable. But here's where I was like at, is it also occurred to me at
100%. Scott, he's agreeing. Scott said, I never understood books being next to bedding and assorted crap in indigo chapters.
Yeah. So on top of that, I know that we have to like face another round of book promotions once the next two books come out, right? Like we're going to book tour your last book in tandem with my book, but I don't want to go to any more chapters. And I actually, it's lucky because I think Lori did a lot of that planning for us the last time. And I think if she's gone to the trouble of finding somebody to promote our books, I always feel obligated to go. But this time I also sort of feel like maybe a little more empowered to say, first of all, I'm not going to that chapters, right? And then if we had a book signing booked at that chapters, I would happily call the manager and say, look, I don't want to do a book signing at your store. And your employee was super rude to me last time I spoke to him. Because when he said, did you find everything? I said, well, we're both authors, right? We both won awards.
And we're both local.
And you don't have our books. Like, it wouldn't be hard to have one of our books on the shelf. And
there's a mural about the river troll in Calgary.
Right.
Like, it's
not important. The important part, though, with this guy was when I was saying we're both authors and you don't have our books, he could have said, oh, well, if you're a local author, we should make sure you're stocked in our store. But he said, and kind of like took a breath deciding whether he was going to say it or not, he said, oh, well, you can do a consignment.
And he even said the wrong word. He said commission.
Right. Yeah. So like,
doesn't even read.
I can kind of understand that if he's like talking to people that are self-publishing, that they might want to get their books on the shelves. But he kind of flinched a little when I said, no, my publisher does that. Because I think maybe he just assumed I was, but all the more reason not to assume that if somebody's self-publishing, that their books don't matter.
Yeah.
And so there I was, just livid already. And he's like, oh, well, you can pay to have your book shelved. And I was like, I ain't doing that. Like, I was like, and then he said, oh, and we have a local shelf. I'm like,
so you're doing a poor job is what you're saying.
Well,
but he was being smarmy and mean.
Their local shelf is stuff like, tell me where I can go on a walking path. And we bought the walking path book, and then it's
from
just,
Shelf Life.
That's all stuff that we had anyways,
and all the paths we went on.
Right. So that was my little bitter rant. I don't care if anybody reads my book, but the clerks are going to have to start being polite about it. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, that's exactly like the stuff, and it's not about books to them.
Please don't ask me if I found everything if you don't want to know.
Like that's why we love Shelf Life, because they actually care about books.
Yeah.
And that's why we love Owl's Nest too. But Shelf Life, they care about books, and that's why they do author talks all the time.
Yeah.
They put all the work in.
Yeah.
Like chapters, as soon as COVID hit, they just stopped doing author talks.
That's fine.
And then it's like, and it was just their excuse, but it's been 5 years.
When we spoke to them last, they were pretty eager. We're at a difference, and that's the difference, right?
But they haven't.
We weren't talking to him about doing an artist talk. It was just simply like, hey, would it be interesting to you to have Alberta books on the shelves? Oh, we have an Alberta bookshelf. I'm like, well, after telling me that I should have I should have to pay to have my book promoted. And I kind of get it. It's their store. They can do whatever they want, right? But the part that I don't get is, like I said, when I go to a store, any store, it's because I know that I could get it oftentimes faster and cheaper without leaving my house, ordering it online. Right? Because if I'm going to order it right from the
supplier. Or
supplier.
the
They're getting all the
printer.
money, right?
Yeah.
If I'm going to a store, I'm pretending. Oh man! Like when I go to a store,
Right.
like, well, we can order that for him. Like,
I put pants on to come here.
yeah,
Like,
that.
oh.
Yeah, if I can handle pants, I can handle ordering. Stuff.
Yeah, like.
Thanks, Einstein.
Thanks, buddy.
And maybe they do have like a situation where like they can get me free shipping, but then they're still gonna put a markup on it. That's otherwise why would they do it, right? So I don't need. And when I have to go to the store twice, it's like
Right.
asshole. If I was at home ordering this,
It would just come to
it would come to my house and I don't have to come back twice. Whereas like when I'm in the store, the reason I went to the store was to support you. I just came to the store to make your life a little bit better. And I remember, man, this is another rant that dates back to the days of sword fight.
Should I close this?
No, I'm using it.
Okay. I'm just gonna hold it.
Nope. Don't move it.
Alright.
COVID.
Yep.
During COVID, I got a little defensive of how the world was going. I ended up with a little bit of extra time and a little bit of money in my pocket. And I thought, well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna call up my favorite bike store and I'm gonna book a tune-up on my bike. I didn't need a tune-up. I was thinking about how the world was struggling.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll book a tune-up so that I can pay Bow Cycle, my favorite bookstore.
No, bike store.
Some money to help support them.
Yeah.
Oh man, I phoned up Bow Cycle.
Yeah.
And the department of fixing things goes, "How can we help you?" And I go, "I'd like to book an appointment to get my bike tuned up."
Mm-hmm. I'm putting this here.
And he laughed and said, "Good luck." And I thought,
that's not very nice.
Why on earth would you want to handle yourself that way at a place of business?
Like ever.
So then I drop kicked him in the face.
Ka-chow!
It's not true. It was on the phone, but still. We got 6 people listening to me rant.
I think everyone feels that way sometimes. Like the idea of you trying to do something kind or like support.
Right.
Because people also can't complain if things close down if
my
they
bike
haven't supported. So
didn't
it's like,
need a tune-up.
Yeah. So you're like trying to
was
support.
looking.
I'm like, we don't need to buy our book, but like, and we don't make that much money off of those things either. So it's not about that. It's more about like, if ours isn't there, there's a lot of other local,
that's the thing that gets me.
authors that aren't being supported.
Yeah, that's the thing that gets me the most. Is the first thing I'll look for in any bookstore
Mm-hmm.
is Douglas Copeland.
Yeah.
And the second thing I'll look for is the manager. And if they're my age, I'm like,
Manager.
dude. No, I'm not saying like I need to speak to the manager.
No, I know.
But I'll look to see if the manager's my age, and if the manager's my age, that tells me that person lives under the identifier of Generation X, a certain age, and if you're of the age of Generation X, and you don't have the Canadian novel, the Western Canadian novel. That named the entire generation that's your namesake, there's a problem. And then, like I said, the last time I went to the store, I was actually looking for Kerouac, and they didn't have any Jack Kerouac, and I was just like, I hate that these bookstores exist. So Lori probably is not online right now because she would have called me and said, stop talking about bookstores in such a disparaging manner. But I don't think I want to sell through Chapters next time around.
She loves the local.
I know, but
bookstores.
she also probably wouldn't like me bad mouthing the Chapters, but I'm going to. I think I should write in my book that I hate Chapters. Oh, because they probably don't read the books.
But also that would be really good because the kid talks about the bookstore his mom took him to.
Yeah, he loves reading.
And then he could talk about those bookstores aren't about books.
I kind of feel like When Harry Met Sally really like beat that over the head. I feel like that was the whole story about like why big box stores for books sucked. What can it suck that's not rude? Lemons. I feel like I haven't even seen When Harry Met Sally, but I think that's actually when I learned about big box bookstores. Because where did I live? I lived downtown. I bought used books when I started reading. I think I went. What was the bookstore on 17th Ave? Was that also Ferris Fair?
Yeah, 17th.
Yeah, I got all my books at Ferris Fair, and that was probably conditional to my environment, that I was not really eating well at the time either. And it was a long time. Actually, there's a couple things in my life that took a really long time for me to do. One, I started drinking coffee in the cafe I worked at, which inherently made me a coffee snob. And Oliver's mom used to often say, "Can you get me a double double?" And I would like not lowering myself to drink Tim Hortons coffee because I worked in a cafe. My experience with, and I didn't drink coffee before I worked in a cafe. I started drinking coffee 100% because I was writing my first book, and I found that the cafe allowed me a place to sit and work on my stuff and not be bothered. So I would buy 1 cup of coffee, which I didn't like. I could have put milk or sugar in it, but I just drink it black because I didn't like it. And it would take me literally 3 hours to drink a coffee, and nobody would bother me. Where did I write the first couple hundred pages of my coffee? I wrote at Tim Hortons on 16th Avenue. I think it became like a Subway or something. I don't think it stayed. I think it became a Starbucks, the Tim Hortons on 16th Avenue. And then it became like some kind of, probably like, to be honest, probably a pot
store.
Yeah, marijuana store. But I would walk down the street from my apartment in the middle of the night. I think I was making my living at Thrifty's, sort of a living, anyways. Maybe in my last year of school. And late at night, I would stay up late and write this book, which sucked. It was a terrible book, but you get really good writing your first book. By the time you're done your first book, you get the chops. So my first book was a vampire novel. Kind of after Anne Rice, way before Twilight. Maybe I was ever so slightly inspired by The Lost Boys. I think I like that. And it was kind of an edgy modern take on vampires. And I have deep regrets about that. There's no copies of it, thank God, because I was not very worldly when I wrote it, and I wasn't a good writer yet. So I wrote a 300-page vampire novel. I also remember, because I was like working full time and writing, and this is actually when I first got my idea of crowdsourcing.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a long time before anybody that I knew was crowdsourcing. Was probably crowdsourcing in like San Francisco and stuff. But I had this idea that what if there's like some kind of message board, and you could share the book you want to work on with a group of people, and they would all bid to be part of that book. And so while you're working on it, you could like send them chapters and update bits to them. And this was kind of, I mean, there was an internet, but nobody was using it. There's like long distance charges to dial up. And there were message boards where people would connect and talk about things. But I remember thinking it'd be really useful if somebody that wanted to do something for the world could bid in and be part of your novel. And then if you were working semi-full-time to try and make ends meet, and maybe like 15 people bought into this whatever book you were working on, you could upload your stories while you're working on them, and they could even give you like feedback about what they think. And that was actually something that kind of led also to that philosophy of the Gorilla House, where it was like you're forfeiting your privacy in exchange to have support, right?
Right.
And anyhow, you got better
That
at writing.
encouragement as you're writing. Yeah.
But I wouldn't drink like a Starbucks coffee. I wouldn't drink like a Tim Hortons. I guess I started trying to remember. Maybe I drank Tim Hortons coffee before even I worked at Cafe Beano. But I certainly didn't like it. I was drinking it for rent. I also had this theory that a coffee shop really had more to do with rent than ooh, that's probably somebody telling me to shut up.
No.
Who dat?
No.
Do we have any viewers? Because I think I
Yeah.
forgot to share.
We got lots of viewers.
No, I forgot to share the link to Kelly and Zach, Theo. We were kind of ahead of time, and then we got distracted, and
And then it was 7:00. Thank gosh, your what is it called? Nixie
clock, yeah,
clock.
yep,
Beeps.
beeps.
I'm very grateful to that clock.
Also, super grateful that it's in the living room now, because it used to beep all night long.
I remember in this summer it would beep randomly at like 7:39.
Yeah,
And we're not even here in the house anymore at 7:39. So I was like, I didn't even know this happened. And it was like the summer, and I was like, why is it beeping? And then we just ended up waking up.
do you mean
earlier
7:39 in the morning?
Yeah, in the morning.
Okay.
And then I was like, eventually we just started waking up earlier and earlier in the summer, so it wasn't a bad thing. But it was funny. I remember thinking at first, I was like, why do we have an alarm set?
At 7:39.
At 7:39, because we're not even in the house at 7:39.
Okay, let's do a little research.
Yeah.
And I will bet you, this is my theory.
Okay.
That we need to be up at 7:39 to go on a plane trip or something.
Yeah, right.
3 years ago.
I agree. Yeah.
I bet you the second last time we flew out to Los Angeles, we needed to leave because 7:39 is such a specific like.
know.
It's summer. I don't want to get up, but I know I have a plane flight to catch. Robin's here. Perhaps you'll meet my daughter. I tried to talk her into coming tonight, but she said it's too cold. It's too cold to come to Dad's house.
Oh.
What?
I'm making this with the words from this old like nature Yule song.
Yeah.
And
Like
I
Krampus?
yeah, kind of. It's the holly and the ivy, but I only ever learned the more contemporary words with like the holly berries being likened to the blood of Christ. And it's not about that at all. It was written way before.
Contemporary, like Christian words.
Contemporary Christian words, yeah.
Right.
And so this woman is going through and sharing old Yuletide songs.
By the way, I have no idea what you're talking about, the blood of Christ. Why don't you tell us?
Well, the song is about the holly and the ivy, and the holly has these beautiful red berries. And
Yeah.
so in the newer song,
Mhm.
it talks about the red of the berry being like the blood of Jesus.
Who says this?
And then the white of the blossom is
Are we
like,
talking about like Anne Murray? Who says this?
it's a
I'm not trying to be controversial.
no. I don't know. It's just like a Christmas song that people would sing.
Sing
So
it.
Christmas
I know, a holly jolly
no.
Christmas. Like that? Okay.
No.
No. I just got scolded. I was-
And I Googled the lyrics, and
Yeah.
I could only find the ones that were post-Christian influence.
Mhm. I was going to say something and I forgot. Oh yeah, reels.
Yeah.
I got up and I got stuck in one of those reels loops, and
A real loop.
yeah, and on the loops of reels, it was like flashbacks to Three's Company.
Oh yeah.
And I was super traumatized because it's super inappropriate. And I don't know why I would have expected to be appropriate, but it was super inappropriate. And
It's like, yep.
I guess like the whole premise of that show was super offensive. And maybe I was a little too naive to recognize how unkind do you know Three's Company?
Just vaguely, we watched like reruns.
Who did?
Maybe my grandma.
Yeah, maybe. I know that you and I watched reruns of MASH,
Mhm.
and even MASH was kind of difficult to
Yeah. My grandma watched MASH.
right.
My grandpa.
MASH, and then we watched WKRP in Cincinnati, which was sweet as hell, right? And I'm sure MASH was sweet too, but the problem with MASH is like it was just functioning on a level of misogyny that was like the opening first episode, Hawkeye auctioned off his girlfriend, and you're just like, what the hell? And then my friend at work was talking about it because he liked the twist that he rigged it so that father
Mahoney? No.
McCasey McCann, father something, won. So the priest won, so he couldn't make use of the
Oh, geez.
the winning prize. But it was still, even though the reveal was supposed to be like, aha, what a sweetie. What was his name? Father?
I'd have to Google. Do you want me to Google it?
No.
I can't remember the name.
But yeah, that doesn't redeem it. That the priest won the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that if you're watching it and you're a little mortified, then that, oh, it's just a trick, kind of compensates for it. But if you're watching it and you're absolutely mortified, it doesn't square up accounts.
No.
No, I am wondering what his name was. Father Mocasey? No. Father.
Father John Mulcahy?
Mulcahy. Father Mulcahy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Mulcahy. We had a teacher named Bagaki. Mr. Bagaki was a real broski. And Mr. Bagaki, we used to make a funny sound about his name. We'd say, Bagaki! And he was kind of a jerk to me. And I didn't have anything against him because he was one of the jock teachers we all thought was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember he didn't like me because first of all, I was a jackass. But secondly, he didn't like me because I didn't do my homework. And I also remember one time I was in class and we were all going, Bukaki! Until he came in the class. And then he came in the class and I went, book, 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 book. And he looked at me and I was like, oh, sugar nuts. So I stopped doing the buck noise.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that his last name was Bukaki and he probably recognized the verbal pattern of what I was doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know that noise.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also saw him with Mr. Rebecco at teacher convention. I didn't say nothing to those guys. When I saw Bagaki and Rebecco, I did not tell them, hey, it's me.
Hey.
Don't tell anybody I shouldn't be here.
Keep it to yourself, please.
Yeah, that's not my skill. So I have this friend at work and his wife passed like a while ago. And I just haven't been able to. I told him I would make a painting for him, but I haven't been able to pull it off. Like all of the paintings I do just lack that magic, you know? I just haven't been able to catch the magic in this lovely lady's eyes. And I've been trying for quite some time. It is a little difficult when you haven't met the person. Like, I think.
Like to get their exact magic.
Well, even just any. You have a sense looking at the photos that you're missing most of the. If you could go visit a teacher, any of your teachers, who would it be?
Oh, actually, can I tell you? I had a really nice moment. It was with Miss McGilvery. She for Verna, Miss Verna. She
Wait, who are we talking about?
She was my grade 9 homeroom teacher, and she was my English teacher, and she was just so kind. And
wait, is her name McGilvery or Verna?
Now it's Verna, I think. And so she was just really always so kind and sweet, and like she just had a great laugh, and she was like always. I remember there was like she always just so nice, like just Banana Republic dressed to the T's all the time.
And where did she teach?
At St. John Brebeuf.
Right.
And I remember one day the math teacher put like, because you know the cute like sweater over the shoulder look, like the math teacher put like pants and wrapped it around his shoulders, like mocking her, and her laugh was just like so sweet because she was just like.
That was my Miss Boyle.
And I got to show her. I gave her a copy of my book when I wrote it, and she came and visited me at school, and it was just like the sweetest thing. Like,
how's she doing now?
So good. She is like retired and. And she came to our movie at the plaza.
Yeah.
Just like really good people. That I guess is who I did want to.
Right.
How about you?
Okay, you're right, because we have met up with a number of our teachers, and it was important that I meet up with Mr. Fendel before I became a teacher. That was like one of those 12-step moments where I had to find Mr. Fendel and make an apology.
Make amends.
So Mr. Fendel was our our elementary school principal, Dennis Fendel, and the kids he was just such a gentleman. Like he was a gentleman, but he was a gentleman.
Man.
And I was in the office every single day. And if a kid got sent to the office, the secretary would say something like, "That's Rich's seat. You can sit over there." And then within minutes, I would be. Now, I'm also more recognizing now as an adult that the reason I did that was because I was a person pleaser. And they expected me to be a turd. And so because they expected me to be a turd, I was just simply playing the role of like, I know you want me to be a turd right now.
Turd number one.
Yeah. Turd number. Yeah. I won the turd contest. So anyhow, Mr. Fendel left teaching, and he was our principal. He used to also say to me, like, I don't know what you're going to do at lunchtime. This would be at recess.
Am I moving it? Oh, sorry.
At recess in the morning, he'd be like, I don't know what you're going to do at lunchtime, but will you end up back here at lunchtime? I'm giving you the strap today. That's the deal. You're getting the strap. And he never gave me the strap. I became like really curious about like, when is he going to give me the strap? So he did give Troy the strap. I think he gave Rob Borelli the strap. Like they used to give the strap kind of out intermittently, depending on what kinds of things you did. But he never strapped me. And then he left teaching after we left. And so I saw him selling suits at the Bay about 15 years after it must have been 20 years after he was my teacher. And I was like, you will not believe this. I might have been out looking for that jacket that I told you about. And I was like, you will not believe this, but you were my principal. And he's like, oh, what was your name? I'm sorry. And I was like, Rich Terrier. And they kind of like zoned out and he goes, yes, it's in the eyes. I see Rich. Like he probably did not recognize me at all. But then I was like, I am so sorry. I was such a pain for you. And then when I said that, he clued in and Priscilla's son. and I was like, yeah. And he's like, you were not a bad kid. You were, and there's a long pause. He's like, energetic.
What a cute man.
Yeah, and it really was like a lifesaver for me. So there was him. There was Richard Montgomery was my junior high teacher. He was the guy that said he thought I would be a teacher when I grew up, and that really rattled me because I didn't see a future for myself as a teacher. And I was angry because I'm like, you don't know me. You don't know anything about me. I have no future. Everybody says I'm going to be going to jail or work McDonald's. And so he that was important. And then there's another guy named Mr. Leightening who was my teacher in Vancouver. And he might have been the guy that first sort of spotted the learning disabilities.
Wait, because you were younger.
Right.
Then?
Well, and my mom knew I was bright, but he was like, there's something missing in this kid. And so actually one of my students called me out today and she's like, Mr. Terry, are you sure you're not dyslexic as well? And I was like, well, it is a complicated story, but the short version is I'm about 96% of every problem, but nothing wholeheartedly
Enough to.
Well, I'm like, the truth is I'm a little bit complex, right?
Yeah.
And it is not impossible to label a simple child.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not impossible to label a complex child, but in my case, the complexities kind of run beyond the norm.
Because it's also adaptive skills,
right?
And like
right.
because you're smart.
It's difficult because I'm masking all the time. Everything I do is masking.
And you're intelligent enough to like
stop
cover.
Stop.
But it's true. Like
it is true. Basically, the last time I got assessed, did I tell you what they said to me the last time I got assessed?
Maybe. Probably
I was an adult. He called me Chaos Soup. This was a
Chaos Soup?
Trained psychologist.
You did not tell me that.
When I was getting assessed the last time as an adult, and this partly might have been also a head injury because I had a lot of head injuries, but I never really thought about it too much. Right. And I do remember Tammy put my head through a windshield in a situation where we had too many people in the car and I should have been wearing a seatbelt. Weren't enough seatbelts, but I think I tell you about this every time we're on First Street. And there's that yeah. I put my head through a windshield and she stopped to phone her dad and say she got in an accident. And I'm pretty sure I had a concussion. Mm-hmm. But also around that time, I had a really difficult time reading. Yeah. So I thought that my learning disability was getting worse, and I booked an appointment with the psychologist.
When you're at ACAD?
Yeah, first year of ACAD. Because I was really interested in the readings. But I was sitting, and this is that day that I spent sitting on the front lawn. So I've told you a lot of these pieces. Mm-hmm. I was sitting on the front lawn at school trying to read Foucault. Aww. And I was super interested in it, but it wasn't loading into my head. And I actually found that I was able to read really difficult readings better than really easy readings. So I should have been able to load the Foucault into my head, but it just wasn't going in. Mm-hmm. And so then I went and did a few weeks at the whatever center, and that was over kind of near the ice cream place in Sunnyside. Yeah. And they did some extensive training, but extensive testing. Yeah. But at the end, they came back and everything they told me about me was wrong. Like every single thing. And I know myself pretty well. Like they're like, well, you can't do this and you can't do this and you're not bad at this. And I was like, you guys have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. And the psychologist said, well, son, you're chaos soup. And what he meant was that I was just an amalgamation of things that didn't line up.
I couldn't even imagine doing talking about that and doing that as you're an adult. after a whole life of adapting and
It was because
head injuries and all of that?
I was a pretty good reader, right? What are you looking at?
Sorry, Scott is saying, were quarter sticks of dynamite allowed in your junior high school? Blowing up stuff almost had me suspended. I could have turned out to be a pyromaniac. I renounce all incendiary devices. Sorry, continue talking.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. No pyrotechnics.
Sorry, keep talking. This is interesting.
I was trying to tell the story about like how we knew this kid that was allowed to play with dynamite. That's weird timing. And at first we thought he was like super cool, and his dad was like epic cool, and none of us were like happy with our dads because our dads wouldn't let us play with pyrotechnics. And then he lost some like fingers.
Yeah.
Which was like a natural consequence in that family. Well, you get, blah, blah, blah. And what stuck with me, though, was when he was an adult meeting up with them and chatting, and he's like, well, of course I was a kid. He shouldn't have been letting me play with and I ended up quoting that today, talking to the athletic director, because I was like, look at, like, we're going to get all these kids, and they're all going to be like, oh, I don't have to come to practices. I just want to go to the tournament. And, like, that's what they're going to say until they get hurt. And then once they get hurt,
You're gonna say, I was just a kid, of course I wanted to play in that.
Yeah, no, of course I needed to go to practice.
Yeah.
So I was trying to explain like how, like, I think with a lot of cases, like someone's like, well, if you're not coming to practice, then you're not going to do very well on the basketball team. It's like, no, with wrestling, if you're not going to practice, you're might end up breaking your neck, right? And then I'll be on the hook for the rest of your life to change your water bag. So,
did they understand that? Like,
I had a pretty great talk with my athletic director today about splitting up the task of the wrestling team. He was super supportive.
That's amazing.
Because otherwise, I was kind of getting to the cracking stage.
Yeah, I think they should understand that. Like,
they totally do. The problem is, there's this double, like, not a double standard, but a double reality, right? In one moment,
they do for a moment, and then a kid asks them, and then they ask when you're holding practices.
Well, it comes down to like it's just a complex job, and most people don't remember all the stuff, right? Like they don't remember all the details of like what was said last year. And I'm gonna remember what was like. Actually, I was telling Kevin today about that key, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa, and I could see him, like, he started to say something. I was like, no, man, like I get blamed for losing keys. So of course I'm going to be extra careful about keys, because when I lose keys, everyone's like, oh, that's just Rich. And then he just stood there looking at me, right? And then I left. And then after I left, I walked back into the library and said to him and the librarian, did Kevin wait until I left and then say I'm wrong? And the librarian laughed, because he waited till I'm left and then just, announced that I was wrong. And he's like, well, you do lose your keys. I'm like, well, that's the thing is, like, if I lose my keys, it's a crisis, right? Like, a lot of people lose their keys for like 6 months and not say anything till they have to. The second I don't know where my keys are, I'm having a crisis, because I'm a guy that could lose keys, which means I can't afford to lose keys, right? If I'm losing keys, shit's gonna go sideways really fast, right? Because when I can't, I have to make certain rules, right? And one of the rules right now is don't lose your keys. So if I'm not following that rule, it means there's other rules that are falling by the wayside. What's that?
That one was your phone, I think.
Who's going to get it?
It's your earphone, sir. We're all good?
Who's Doug? That was like the Family Guy or one of those shows.
I don't know.
Oh, that's nice.
It's okay. Did you still have a mass today? What?
It is. Yeah, we listened to the Pope. Did you listen to the Pope?
No, he was busy.
No, he wasn't. There was like, I think it was like a pre-recorded live. So it
Okay,
was
no,
like,
we didn't. But what I was gonna say was, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but they're playing all these songs, and I kept hearing the same songs, but like, oh, this would be great by the Ataris.
I love that.
And I don't know what it is about the Ataris that whenever we're there, I always think specifically, is the song called "O Come Ye Emmanuel"?
Oh come, Emmanuel.
But what's the name of the song?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
"O Come Emmanuel"?
Yeah, I think so.
Would be great by the Ataris.
So good. Actually, that's why I really liked the band concert that you guys put on.
Yeah.
Doing the punk versions of a bunch of stuff was really cool.
Yeah.
But like you said, like the church songs, the gospels would be super cool with some good drum behind it.
There's a couple of those songs, they're just super melodic. And sometimes they're like a bit derivative. Like you're listening to the song, you're like, is this Lady Gaga? And there was one like, who was it that when we had to go like the district, when we had an opportunity to go to the district, and one of the really like intense music guys would do like really poppy, peppy stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about? Kind of pre Chris Hard, before Holly. There's a different guy.
Oh, I was not there.
Okay, well, anyways, he would play this stuff, and there was like this whole like concert list, but everything was like Steppenwolf. Like, I know this song. Wait, that's Steppenwolf, and it was just crazy the way that would like translate, because they never like played the Beatles or anything, but like they'd be kind of like rare, kind of like stuff like B-sides of Donovan's kind of turned into the lyrics were different. I kind of think like that was like the 60s and the 70s, maybe even into the 80s, where you'd have like, I have this one picture of like how teachers had beards when I was a kid, and they all had like beards and like corduroy jackets and stuff. Like there's just a look of these like hippies that kind of grew up and got jobs and grew beards, and they all looked like Welcome Back Kotter, really. And so there's this one bald guy with a beard that taught at our school. And like also like there was a time when like guys that went bald would still kind of keep long hair. They hadn't quite figured out how you should just trim it and go. And so they just got hairier, right? And I don't even know what I'm saying right now. I should stop talking. But there's this one teacher that sticks in my mind. Anyways, he's a pretty decent dude. He's funny. Mr. Alesko, or no, that guy's a jerk. Something. Did we talk the last time when you said you had a special teacher named Mrs. Verna? Was she married to into the other family that was the Verna?
Oh no, that was her maiden name. She was McGilvery when I.
Right, and then is she related to the McGilverys? Because there's certain teaching plans that just like really have a lot of teachers in them, like
I'm not sure actually.
I worked with a Mooney, and everybody's like, "Oh, Mooney," and then I found out there's like 5 Moonies, and several of them were principals. And the one guy I knew was like a English teacher, but he's a master English teacher. And one of the things that made him so good was his wife owned a golf course, which like sounds a little counterintuitive, but it was just that he taught like he didn't need to. You know what I mean? Taught like he was there for the right reasons. And he'd make those decisions that seemed like outlandish for somebody who, you know, whose life depended on their potential paycheck. They would have been outlandish decisions. Like I think one of the students ended up homeless and was living with his family, and nobody complained. Right? which is pretty bold. I could be telling that wrong, so let's say his name was Mr. Fluflov. Just so that I'm not making up stories about Mr. Mooney. And there might have been like a situation where the kid that ended up homeless was like the friend of his daughter. So that might make sense.
Right.
Did you used to have like situations where kid would like leave their home and then go live with another family at your school and what have you? Like, oh, like JoJo's living with
Like when I was in school or when I'm
Yeah.
teaching?
Yeah. Like I remember the phrase, oh, he's living with so and so now.
I guess there's always one
Was
kid.
pretty common growing up when I was a kid.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like there's always like one kid, but I would say it's less common now. You're right. What is that?
Trafficking laws, perhaps.
Hmm.
What'd you make here?
I made the first version,
What is
and it's called a Victorian puzzle purse.
Okay.
Look.
I'll put it in the screen.
So I'm writing the. I'm trying to do a better job of designing it. So this was the first. Okay. So like this. It's like a little note, and then you flap them open, and then it look, and then it goes out.
I think part of what makes this drawing so difficult is she has such a strong face, and the glasses are very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And so I keep ending up having like the face in my drawing competing with the glasses. I'm trying to like really like capture the strength of the face, and I just can't get it right.
Holly bears a blossom as white as the snow.
How many times do I poke you during a broadcast? Just tell me.
Never. I wish you would poke me more.
Maybe it would be simpler if we just traded sides.
I think so, but then you'd have an even harder time hearing me.
Also, I'll just keep track of whether my picture's in the screen myself from now on. I can do one more thing.
You're good at doing lots of things. You're chaos soup.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. But I will tell you this. Sometimes I feel a little maxed out during these broadcasts. And I think you kind of know what I'm talking about because we have been developing film lately.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying you really enjoy like, okay, first of all, it was quite late. And I can't remember why I'd left it so late because I knew I had film. Was it Sunday night we started developing? It was Sunday night. I think like earlier.
No, last night we did another one too, though.
Well, it's because I shot a lot of film. But I think what happened was, and this could be me post-rationalizing, but I think what happened was I shot a bunch of film. We're doing this cute thing where we do the developing of the film as a team. So I prefer when you hold the spool and feed me the film while I put it on the spool, and you cut it free from the I don't know any of the terms. We're doing this without knowing anything. But we team up on the developing. And so we went for the first stage where we're taking the film out and just getting it onto the spool in the dark. And I knew you were busy and thinking about stuff, so I didn't want to push you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of settled in, and it was kind of like I sort of like facing this, there's kind of time for us to bang off a roll of film. And because I'm also thinking in day segments too, right? Like
Yeah.
I've got like 15 photos left, and I know that I need to shoot off 10 good photos because I don't want to waste any of the film. But I also want to get it done so that Sunday night we can get some developing done, which means I might be printing on Monday night, right? And I was kind of like, I think I could get printing some of this stuff tonight if I could talk you into wanting to do some extra editing. And you were super agreeable, which surprised me because I thought you'd maybe want to relax and watch TV or something. But I also really appreciated how you started talking about how it forces you to separate from the expectations of school and stuff.
Everything. Like I have to be in the moment because I'm thinking about the timing and the chemicals and
Yeah.
and telling you because like you said, the working in a team, it's not just me. So then I have to be able to communicate
Right.
Well,
also like we have that like cute friend at the camera store that was like talking about how I can't remember his words, but he was talking about having the habit, or maybe it might have been even as intense as the discipline to get his black and white developed on the weekends, like Sunday afternoons kind of thing. And I can see if we'd been doing this for years and the joy was in other things, like maybe he's moved on to like the joys in the lighting or something, that getting his film developed might feel like a chore, like, oh, as long as I stay on top of my chores, I'll be able to keep shooting film. And so he was talking about having the discipline, but right now I think the developing is for me maybe even more fun than the shooting of the photos, which is weird because I also find I'm enjoying photography more than painting lately. Like I'm really jonesing to go and do some more photography, and I can paint anytime. But I remember when we were running the gallery, if something came up and I couldn't paint, I would get like, maybe that's something that also kind of got healed since we started doing the gallery, is that probably most of my life, if I couldn't draw, I'd get a bit ornery. And then when we started opening the gallery up, that was sort of satiated because I had to draw all the time. And then, near the end, I will say some of the drawing and painting felt like a grind. Like near the end of Rumble House, I was kind of like arted out. But then immediately when we started doing art at home, I was really jonesing for the Wednesdays. Not that I'm not now, but like currently I'm thinking about photography almost all the time. Like how would it be if instead of doing the Isle of Roux, we're out shooting an extra night a week? What would change in the world? Well, for one thing, I wouldn't have holes in the table.
You're so funny.
Yeah. I could work on this to make it more natural and realistic looking. I sort of feel like mixed because also we had a little art show. My intention was to either trade for good deeds or to maybe sell for a very low amount of money. But I wanted to make some of my artwork available to my friends and family. People came over. It was lovely. We had a really nice time.
Yes.
But I also felt like I guess I kind of missed the hype of like having a dollar figure attached to the pieces. And I also had the freedom of not keeping that money. So because we needed the money for the gallery, if I made a painting and it sold for $600, that was good for my ego. But also is fine for my humility because I wasn't keeping the $600.
Right.
Whereas like we brought people over to eat soup and I suddenly felt mortified at the thought of like taking their money. So I started like backpedaling away from the idea of like business and asked if they would trade maybe a good deed for my artwork. But I also kind of ended up in a situation where after they left, I had no way of like measuring how well I did, right?
Mm.
Which is petty and not what this is about, but it was handy having that objective line of having to make a certain amount of money for rent every month for a Rumble house. That was it simplified like that urge of like, how am I doing? Well, I'm doing well enough to keep this place open, so great. But then over the next few days, we started getting the gifts of what people traded their good deeds for, which isn't something that people used to follow through on. We'd sort of trade paintings off for good deeds, and we'd kind of trust that they did good deeds. But for the most part, we didn't expect people to follow through and show us. And I think because we're sort of broadcasting from home now instead of like doing the gallery, it was easier. It's been easier for people to sort of like wrap their head around, oh, this is the part where I send the photo of, Scott donating blood or the other things that happened. It was pretty nice, right? Like those, we didn't ask for it, but people sent us evidence of. Can you get that dot for me?
Yeah. I need paper. I need to go get a paper towel.
Just so you know.
No, I can't. I'm gonna go get some cleaning stuff.
It's not coming off now.
I know.
That is permanent. It's a brand new table. Used to be white, now it's exciting. Brand new every day. I guess we could go back to wearing a tablecloth all the time too. You know what I mean? Like if we mess this table up too much, the default could be like the messy table, and then when we want it to look nice, we could cover it.
Oh, right. The opposite. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we only just stopped covering it, and that was very liberating.
Yeah. Nine. You're good. I'm there.
Kind of that. What is this?
Myers Clean Day.
Where did it come from?
Lemon.
It's clean day.
It says Clean Day.
Do you have the time?
Hardworking homekeeping.
To listen to me whine.
I am one of them.
Do you remember the first time you heard Green Day?
No.
I do. It was summertime.
Nice.
And I was watching Much Music.
Nice.
And I was like, this is different. Maybe there's hope for these humans. It was the very similar experience I had to first time I heard R.E.M's I Am Superman.
Lovely.
That was from Brett Sharkey's older brother. Went away to band camp. Came back with some mixtapes of R.E.M.
That's really good.
And I was feeling pretty distraught and low. And Brett's like, you got to check this out. And he put in I Am Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, everything gonna be okay.
I like that.
Around that time, In Excess was really big. And I think some people of my generation might even like think of them as similar. But I saw In Excess as just a horrific pop band. And I remember like everybody was so excited about going to see In Excess, and I just wanted to like move to another space and time. I wonder if we have anybody online that loved In Excess, and I should be gentler with their feelings. Did you ever listen? Do you even know In Excess? That's not meant to be like a
No,
I'm judging.
no. I don't. Like I can see the lettering because I sold CDs,
Right.
but I don't know the. No.
Did people buy In Excess?
No, I just know it from like stalking things.
I'm pretty sure Scott probably listened to In Excess, just because he had such a vast music catalog.
Both Scots actually.
Probably, yeah. But I could not stand In Excess. I had this like kind of epiphany where I stumbled across the Ramones, and I probably didn't look like the kind of kid that would have listened to the Ramones. And it was actually kind of early bonding days of Pat Duddy and I were in the same art class. Little later, because I already liked the Ramones in high school, but then in high school, there was a group of us that would sit. And then when I graduated, those were the people that I wanted to sit with at the grad dinner banquet. I was like, if I'm going to the banquet, I'm going to sit with these. Because my other friends, I had like different groups of friends, which I think was like really, most people could only stand me for a few minutes at a time. So I'd realized that I was a lot more likable if I kept moving, right? So some of my friends just thought I was a little bit flaky because I was always ditching them. But in reality, I was giving them some space before they started hating me. And my friends were kind of like, oh, you coming to this table? And another group of friends like, oh, you coming to this table? But where I really wanted to be for grad was with my art friends.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what?
What?
None of them went to grad.
Oh.
And on top of that, Pat
Yeah.
didn't graduate from high school because of an altercation he had with the art teacher who ruined his life.
No, see? I empathize with that.
I know.
I'll be right back.
You can tell the story when you get back. I am chasing this photo and I cannot pull it off. First of all, I'm using all the wrong materials for what I want to do. So that's not to say that somebody with some mad watercolor skills couldn't pull this off, because I'm sure they could. But for what I'm trying to do, I wish I had just about any other material handy tonight. Not actually doing watercolor. I am doing blue indigo. We are going to be going to the Loose Moose this Friday. The Christmas Carol. That's always fun. Good friend of ours has been involved with Loose Moose for years and invited us to a party, and probably can't go to the party because we're going to be at the Christmas Carol. But maybe we can get to the party a little bit. But it's an interesting thing to miss a party because you're supporting a performance of a show that is like a big part of that person's life. So they would always be very supportive of us getting to see the Christmas show. Oh, there's 6 people. I don't know if I did share a link to join us tonight. If anybody's looking to join in and chat. Can you hear the neighbors screaming? That's super cute. Well, no, it's sad, but we live in this place with a lot of close interactions with our nearby neighbors. I'm sure a lot of people can empathize. It is interesting. One couple that lived upstairs also came to Rumble House, and so I remember one time I was making a lot of noise, and the young fella came down. I think he'd been advised by his partner that after 10 o'clock was supposed to be quiet time in our building, and they didn't know that they were banging on the Rumble House. So, you know, you live upstairs from the Rumble House, you can kind of expect that you're going to hear some noises. But I was rebuilding the bed. All the furniture here, up until very recently, was built by the hands of Rich Cheru. And so every now and then I'd have to throw some extra screws into the, I don't know how you describe it. There's like a handmade, it's not just a bed, it's like a monstrosity. I built this giant monstrosity of a sleeping apparatus. The original premise was I wanted to be able to see out the window while I was sleeping, because we have an incredible view. So I built a mattress, what do you call it? Like, built a bed, and it's tall enough that you can see out the window. In more recent years, like Jess was saying, we have to sleep in a little bit more than we used to. So the bed's kind of shifted away from the window, but you used to be able to see right out the window while you're sleeping. And my room is right over top of 9th Avenue. So when you're sleeping and looking out the window, you could see the cars. And just because of the shape of the building and the way the cars, they literally look like they're driving right at the building while you're trying to fall asleep. So that was pretty exciting. I can't see out the window anymore because I guess that was the thing, is I was staying up all night looking out the window. And then so one night I got the idea that if I rearrange the room, we would sleep better. I don't sleep either way. Not part of my jam. Life is short. Yeah, we're losing viewers because I'm boring while I draw. Here comes Jessie. Don't give up on us. She's coming. That's the other friend of mine who was grumpy with me one night, and he's like, I wonder how many people come by here just to see Jessie and not you. I was like, well, everybody. I would think everybody's here not to see me, because she is quite wonderful. And deluded. She thinks I'm wonderful too, but I'm not. I'm play joke. Get ready for it. Pooah! Hey, I got a weird question. When I go to the bathroom, can you hear me pee?
Yeah.
Just kidding. I meant on the broadcast.
I don't know if I've ever been on the broadcast. But
I thought you'd be like, what?
I can't.
Did you hear me say play a joke?
No.
Well, you handled that with so much more grace. I thought there would be like flailing and freaking out.
No. In my aging, I just can't even help but need to go to the bathroom. I used to like hold it out of like
At the broadcast?
all like no, not broad. I think I've been pretty like
Human
in this episode of our lives.
Yeah.
But I remember like at the gallery and stuff, I'd try to hold it because I'd be like doing stuff or whatever, and then I'd also forget and not want to like be human.
Yeah. You are superhuman. I only ever held my pee in because I was busy painting.
Right.
So if I was too wrapped up in what I was doing, I might like start dancing the pee-pee dance, but never to help other people, only for myself.
Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. I'm so conflicting. I'm like, no, it's fine, dude. And then your elbow gets in your mouth. I need space. Are you and I going to buy tickets to go see Labyrinth in the movie theater? Also, where is that?
I have to look. Yeah, we could totally do that. That'd
Is
be
there a thing
fun.
you want to do?
Yeah.
Or would we rather just watch it at home and not have to deal with people?
But I think the whole thing about the 40th anniversary is that you go out and get popcorn and
Okay.
like we went out
Can you
to
do that
watch
right?
the Bob Dylan one.
Yeah. Can you do that right now? I don't mean buy tickets, but find out if it's because the ad I saw could be for New York. You know.
Oh right.
One never knows.
Rich Roux.
What is it?
Guess what?
What? We already have tickets. It's on your birthday.
It's the day before my birthday.
Hmm.
January 9th at the Grand.
At the Grand. Is it anywhere else or just the Grand?
Wait, that's not a movie theater.
Yeah, it is.
They still play movies at the Grand?
Maybe just special events.
We go to the Globe.
Okay. Do they have tickets?
Yeah.
What's the date of it again?
January 9th.
Are we in school?
Friday. Yeah, we are.
That's a Friday?
But it's a Friday.
Okay.
$20 tickets.
$20. How many are we going to get?
Feature film screening starts at 7.
Okay.
So the doors open at 5:30 for popcorn and everything.
Okay.
But the movie's at 7.
Okay.
January 9th.
Felix would probably want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we get tickets or should we ask him if he wants to invite anybody?
Do you want to phone him right now? How many tickets are there?
Let's see.
Keep in mind, I just told people in YouTube land about this.
Well, there's enough to get like 4. You mean like left?
Yeah.
There's enough to get 4 tickets.
How many do we want?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's get 4 tickets.
I usually get 3, but yeah.
Let's get 3 tickets.
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
Now?
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
Labyrinth.
Yeah.
It's gonna be partied out.
Mm-hmm.
Your photos of the with the guns pretty funny.
Super
They're there.
funny. Also, can I tell you,
Yeah.
today was Crazy Hair Day, and I missed my opportunity to wear that wig.
We have several wigs.
That one I really like.
I can't believe
This kid
we
wore
really
a wig
messed up the
today,
table today.
and I was like,
Actually, maybe it's better that I'm getting the blue on the table because the burn marks kind of do make it look a little like
1970s diner.
yeah, Dinah. I think I'm just making it worse.
I'll get you my paper towel.
There isn't any.
Yeah, there is.
I have the end of the paper towel.
No.
8:42.
Sorry.
It's
I'm
just so
trying-
time sensitive.
I'm trying to pay for this, and then
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Scott listened to NXS. Sorry if I said something that was not supportive. NXS. I want to like NXS. I just don't like them. I wonder what it is that I didn't like about NXS. Do you know?
no.
I really think like there's a magnetic energy about my friend's wife who passed away that I can't capture because I'm not born of the right time. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I think that when I look at it, I think he and his wife were like not a whole generation older than me,
Yeah.
like a half generation older than me.
Yeah.
And I see them and I kind of know they were probably in high school when I was in elementary, you know?
Yeah.
And so there's like just a bit of some kind of gap, not a generation gap, but some kind of gap. There's something that's gaps between, because I can't, it's a little bit like the yoga, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't paint this pose where I stick my foot behind my head because I can't stick my foot behind my head. But if it's something that I can hold and do,
yeah,
then I can paint it, you know? And I'm not sure what it is, you know, like it's even in like that sense of like that beautiful age before people had to fix their teeth and everybody has the same smile now, you know, or like teenagers look like they have dentures because everybody has the exact same teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I was trying to talk about that the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody said they had a name for it.
Well, I heard Mar-a-Lago face now, and that's something completely different.
Right. But similar.
Yeah.
There was like Sears and Roebuck's teeth where like people would order the same pair of dentures from Eaton's or whatever, and everybody had the same teeth as a result of it.
I just messed up.
My whole body gets so stiff. Sitting.
Oh, I love you. We don't have a whiteout pen or a whiteout here, do we?
I have white gouache
Gouache.
right in front of you.
Nice.
It's the only thing I have there, really. I also have this white Sharpie that
I'll try this, actually. That's
Yeah.
a smart.
like I could get you white gesso, which is like the ultimate whiteout.
I just messed up. I did the wrong berry. I wrote bear.
Bear?
Yeah.
Grit your teeth and bear it.
Yeah.
You're gorgeous. You know it's not gorgeous? This table.
It is well loved.
Yeah. It's gorgeous, darling. Okay. Two days left.
Yeah.
Say it ain't so. Your love is a heartbreaker.
Oh, that's a good bass line. We should tell Felix to play.
Weezer?
Yeah. Say it.
Do we have any Weezer on vinyl?
No.
How is that possible?
Scott, I'll look. I'm not sure. I recall when I was in the music industry, the new NXS came into stock. My friend with whom I worked with said, "Who is Inxis?" Phonetic pronunciation. I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, I remember when Nasty Bob was telling us about when the Talking Heads came out, and he was working at CJSW, and he said they just played it 150 times in a row. They just couldn't stop listening because it was so different.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of, I think, around the time when, okay, so I didn't love Talking Heads when I was a kid, but I think just because I was a kid, right? Like my brain was more wired for pop music.
And melody, yeah.
Right. And then so I might have been a little on the young side to appreciate Talking Heads when they first came out. And then I wanted to post go back and listen. So I was just going back to listen to the Talking Heads when we talked to our friend who was named Nasty Bob. And he was telling us about being there in the day when the record dropped. That's pretty wild to think about, you know, what those moments would have been like.
God, I messed up like so many times on this one. I must be getting tired.
Okay, I think I did a pretty nice job of writing the words out. I only messed up on that.
What do you mean messed up? Where does this negative talk come from?
I think it's like I just love writing so much, and if my head isn't completely in it, then I write the wrong
Are you talking
letter.
about what?
Write the wrong letter, and I take for granted that I love writing and I do it perfectly every time.
You mean like script or
Handwriting? Yeah.
Yeah, or not so much composing, but script.
Yeah, like copying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if I'm writing out of my head, I know the words I'm saying, but if I'm copying, I lose track.
What time is it?
8:50. Okay, this is fun. The holly and the ivy. Oh, Kelly's just saying hi. Hey, Kelly. We're just gonna
it's on my cell phone. My laptop isn't working.
Oh,
for some reason. It's doing a system restore.
That's okay.
Were you doing a system restore all week?
No, something happened when I updated it, so I did an update.
Wait, I'm getting the story wrong because I remember last week you gave a computer away, or how did
Yeah,
that? What
I
happened?
did a computer for someone else, and then I got a new laptop, but my laptop was doing an update, and then it
Gaming
just recently,
laptop, correct?
yeah, the new one, yeah.
Yep.
And then the new one was doing the update, and then something happened that says it cannot find my camera files for some reason. And I'm like, well, that's odd because it was working last week.
Yeah.
So there was a major update. So I'm trying to restore it, but I don't think I have a restore point that's back far enough.
Have you lost your photos?
No, I have nothing is lost. It just the settings for the camera for the overhead camera.
Oh, your projector. I thought you meant your photos, like your like collected photos from.
No, those are actually all on solid state externals.
Right.
Yeah, I put anything that's a camera photo, it's on an external.
Right. And then is that plugged in still, or is it tucked away?
No, I unplug them.
So do you see the photos?
Well, no, I'm not like it's only on my desktop. I have a laptop downstairs.
Right. Your laptop has your photos?
No, my desktop does.
Right.
So there's two differences. Desktop is like my big computer with a big monitor.
Yeah.
Laptop is a small mobile one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
I got kind of in the habit of recognizing that all of the photos I'd taken over the last 20 years had been constantly ending up on older laptops. And I have a couple computers that are really in storage or being held onto in case I ever want to open up and look at some old photos. But that's kind of one of the reasons why I got into the photos is I just got sick of like having decades missing.
yeah, like I have stuff that's from like 1990s. And
Yeah.
I do have some of my mom's. So I had all my mom's pictures from 1944 and up
Yep.
scanned at London Drugs. And I got rid of the originals because there were so many. There was like 3 bins full of pictures.
We're
And
doing
so
we're doing the exact opposite as you. We're taking the digital photos and printing them out.
yeah, we have too many. We had 3 bins full. There was not a lot of room. And then most of the her albums were disintegrating. Like the pictures actually were stuck inside and they were actually starting to come apart.
Yep.
So we just ended up scanning them all. They're all on USB stick. And then what I did is I sent the originals were sent to the relatives. So they didn't degrade anymore. There were people that I knew were like my aunts, my uncles. I sent all those pictures, including my brother. Got a big chunk, and then my dad. I sent a whole bunch to Thailand.
Right.
I sent all my stuff from my dad when he was young and everything to my dad.
Right.
So he got a kick out of looking at them.
Right. Do your parents talk?
No, my mom doesn't know what's going on. Mom's kind of
Did they get along though before?
They did, yeah, but my dad is more aware of my mom not so much. She's actually going downhill. She's now at the high school stage. So she's always trying to pack up and leave the house for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so the caregivers have to talk her down, saying, "Why are you leaving? Why do you need to leave?" And she says, "Well, no, someone's coming to buy our house." And I said, "No one's going to buy the house." And she keeps taking everything out of the hutch and putting it on the table to pack. And then she took all the dishes out of the kitchen and wanted to pack those away. And so I said, "No, this is your home." But she thinks her home is in Raymond Avenue, which is in Ontario. And that house is her parents' house, and it was sold long ago. So she's getting quite confused right now. And so the caregiver, she talks with her, like they have dinner and stuff, and they talk over stuff, and she tries to help my mom and stuff like that. But my mom is degrading to high school level now. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do. Like, I did some reading up on dementia, and apparently sugar is a bad thing for them. It inflames the brain.
It's a bad thing for
So
yeah.
so it inflames their brain, and it also makes them so they can't function, and it also destroys memories as well. So I've told the caregivers no more pudding. She was eating pudding like it was coming out of style.
How are you with sugar?
I went on a kick for about 2 weeks here, and I normally don't eat chocolate, and I wanted to see if my heart could take it, and it can't. So my birthday's on Saturday, so Saturday I will not have any more sugar, no more chocolate or anything. I'm going back to the 11 years of no chocolate and no sugar.
Right.
So I kind of just had like a break for 2 weeks and then tried chocolate. Doesn't agree with me, and it gives me a headache. So
I'm not giving up chocolate to save my life, but I did give up sugar.
We give up
well,
dark chocolate.
Give up regular chocolate.
Regular
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah.
We eat
you
dark
gave up. You guys have dark chocolate, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, dark chocolate has less sugar, and it also has less caffeine apparently in it.
Yeah. And
Are you not having caffeine?
No, I don't have any caffeine. No coffee, no black tea.
I thought you were having.
What?
I thought you drink pop.
Nope. That's a rarity. I don't really drink it. I'm actually having tea right now that has no sugar in it. Peppermint tea.
I love
Nice.
peppermint tea.
But I don't. Pop is too much. Actually, pop does something to me as well, to my gut, and it also gives me a headache sometimes too. It's the fizz.
Jesse also doesn't
I
like
don't
the
like
fizz.
the fizz either.
You're the Fizz sisters.
The fizz is not good. It does something to your stomach. I don't like it.
I don't either.
Well, you're
It
putting.
makes you feel really unwell.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I just drink tea and then orange juice. I have apples down here, almonds and stuff. If I really want something sugary, but it doesn't really have that much sugar, is lactose-free ice cream. Because I'm also lactose intolerant.
Oh.
Let's start with what works.
Yeah, you just eat what makes you feel good. That's
Well,
what.
being a celiac, it's hard because I can't have a lot of what you guys can have, right?
Yeah,
So
but
no wheat products, no barley.
we don't eat wheat either.
But the caregiver gave me something that you might like. It's cabbage soup. It was really good. It was all vegetables too. It had she's gonna try and make it with the beetroot in it. I think it's called borscht. I've never had it actually.
Borscht. Hey, do you have any
Borscht.
paper for me? Anything?
And show me to get another big sheet.
Yeah, I think so. Anything.
So, but yeah, so next week is my birthday on Saturday, so I'll be 56.
What do you want for your birthday?
I don't know yet. I haven't thought about it. Actually, I saw something on Amazon. They have alien lamps.
Alien, show me. What do I look up?
I'll have to send it in the link. I'll link to you because my friend just found it, and I'm like, I'm gonna get that.
Is it from the movie Aliens?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. The other day I saw an ad for an unnamed probe. And it was a toy unnamed probe, but it was also a drone.
Oh.
Do you know what an unnamed probe is?
Like no name brand
Star Wars.
Superstore. Oh,
From Hoth.
I don't know
It was called, I believe, the unnamed probe.
Drone?
No, well, it's a drone that like it flies. Let me just look and see if I have that right. The unnamed probe, Star Wars.
A probe.
Is it a Millennium Falcon, right?
Nope. Unnamed probe.
Name probe. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get that?
Drone, so you can fly it.
You're gonna get that?
No,
That would be so cool. Like to film that. Like we're on a different planet. What the heck is this?
I'm trying to find something that helps me find the planet, not lose the planet. Trying to make
No,
my
that's cool though.
Earth work.
That's a cool thing. I like stuff like that. It's like
Yeah.
the Millennium Falcon I made out of lights.
Yeah.
I'm actually casting the second one, and I sat for an hour just putting all the blue lights in the back, and I just have to put the resin on top to seal it.
My friend Kevin, who we take to Disneyland with us, was an only child, so he had every Star Wars toy that I didn't have. But he's also buying them all a second time as an adult. So as he buys his second Millennium Falcon, I'm just like, screw you, man. I don't need toys. I've moved on with my life. I'm like so jealous that he has the Millennium Falcon. My friend Paul had the Millennium Falcon, and I was super jealous of Paul too. In fairness, though, he did give me a Tauntaun.
Oh, that's so
I
nice.
have an AT-AT actually that's 3D printed on the shelf.
Yeah.
And I love it because it's
If you say at,
AT-AT, yeah. It's AT-AT.
because I believe AT-AT was AT-AT, not what they called it in the commercial. And then somebody
Yeah.
checked it and said in Star Wars folklore it was supposed to be an AT-AT.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Kelly. You ready?
Yep.
How come they have falcons but they don't have polar bears?
How come they have falcons but not what?
Polar bears. Like they
I'm
don't have
not sure.
what?
I think because of the atmosphere, maybe.
Was the Falcon named Millennium Falcon named on Terra?
No. There's no Earth in Star Wars.
Oh,
There might be by now.
They're in all these different solar systems.
Far away.
yeah.
And
I was just
a
trying
long
to
time
offer
ago.
an opportunity of how a Millennium Falcon would exist.
Don't make excuses for George Lucas's laziness. Kelly, were you a fan of Rob Reiner?
Not really. Saw a couple movies, but
Meathead?
not really. He annoyed me.
Oh. Meathead was the nice guy,
Yeah.
not Bunker.
No. I didn't watch it that much just because my parents made us watch it. So I was like, oh, I don't really want to watch this. And they're like, you're watching this. And I'm like, oh, I don't like it.
Just made you watch Archie Bunker
Yeah.
because they liked it or they thought it was good learning?
They liked it, but I didn't like it. I thought it was boring.
Yeah, so I think most people our age found it super like scary and offensive. But then like I think maybe one of two things is the older generation either like some people really dug the way Archie Bunker thought. And then on the other hand, the actor who played Archie Bunker was a very liberal-minded, progressive person. And so he was, sort of villainized as this bad guy by the world because he was playing a character who wasn't very enlightened. But the actor to play that role had to be a super like enlightened person to want to play that role. Kind of like the bad guys in wrestling are always the nicest guys. Bad News Allen was like the sweetest guy in the world, and apparently Davey Boy Smith was kind of a jerk.
I watched a little bit of Cena retiring, and I was like, oh,
Please tell me what you're saying.
John Cena. He's a wrestler. He retired because he couldn't do it anymore.
I don't know anything about that. I think I've seen him in like bits and pieces in movies, but he's like a big guy, right?
He's a short, big guy. Yeah.
Wait, he's short? I thought the whole point was he was huge.
He's huge, but he's like short.
So have you ever seen okay, I don't like comedies. I don't know why. I try and like comedies and just loves comedies. There are a few comedies that I don't hate. I kind of like Mark Wahlberg's humor for some reason. So I usually watch comedies and I'm just like, when will this end? And for some reason, maybe because he's a bit of a tough guy, like he kind of gets that tough guy humor. Maybe it's like difficult to be a boy kind of comedy. But there's a movie where it's actually help me out here, Jess. You know all these people.
I don't know.
They're dads, and the one is Mark Wahlberg, and then
Will Ferrell.
Ferrell. Yeah, that's where I thought you'd help me.
And I had to know what movie you're
but like
talking about.
it's just like brutal the way things work out for Will Ferrell all the way through the film. And then the sequel, there's another like cooler dad, which I think is John Cena, if I'm correct.
Maybe they're all short. Will Ferrell's quite tall.
Sure, but they kind of made it out to look like he was gigantic.
Yeah. Maybe.
I haven't seen too many movies with Mark in them. The last one I saw, which I really liked, was Shooter. Was based on a true story.
Yeah, I think he's like a little like kind of wrapped up in that MAGA crowd, and I don't know if he's like, I don't know what his politics are, but he seems to be a little bit. I'll just put this in front of the screen since we have it up full screen.
I did it.
Wow.
I made you big screen.
I know, but you.
I put the.
You did it. Yeah,
I put the big screen on when you're drawing the lady, and it was perfect. But
you gotta keep an eye on that for me, because otherwise I'm painting here and nothing's happening on the.
Where's Theo? I wonder today.
We didn't get around to sharing the link. We're kind of running behind today, and
because of the weather, right?
No, we got distracted.
No,
we're an hour early, and then we were like waiting for the broadcast,
and then
and we're listening to records and having a nice time, and then all of a sudden
like,
the clock
so
emergency
nice.
beep went, and I was like, "That's a weird beep. What's that for?" And Jess is like, "Oh, that's for the broadcast." And so we were like 1 minute late, but we hadn't done any of the sharing of the links that we normally do. So.
Okay, so this is what I was working on earlier. It's ready to be poured on.
Oh, cool. Do you see?
Let me see.
Molumminum.
It's upside down. I'll have to pour the second layer on it.
Do you know anything about the Star Wars, like inverted, like black series? Like, do you know anything about that?
No.
So it's like an alternate universe series where my friend's buying like this Lego stuff that's like backwards inverted Lego stuff. I kind of figured you might know a little bit about it.
No, I haven't done the thing I'm looking for is I've been looking for the 1977 Millennium Falcon.
Sorry to say that again.
The 1977, the Millennium Falcon.
The original?
Yeah, the original, because I want to put lights on it inside.
Don't you dare touch it.
Why?
You find the original and give it to me.
Well, it's hard to find the ones that are complete.
Kelly, if you stick it in glue, I'm just teasing you, by the way. I was also teasing you about Grover. Was it Grover you were gonna?
Grover actually went to a new home on Saturday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. She's apparently a rapper. I didn't know that.
The buyer, Grover?
The buyer, yep. So she's a rapper. She likes raves. Works with. She's a social worker, and then she also grabbed 2 of the other bears I had.
Dawn?
Rebecca Dawn?
Nope. I don't think so. I don't know her real name. I'd have to look it up.
That's okay.
You would have probably recognized her from the gallery if it was.
She has like colorful glasses that are like tri-colored, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she look like kind of like what's that child star? She kind of looks like somebody from the Little Rascals or something.
Not sure. She's short. There's like a little hat that has like a little. It's like a little bear hat.
I'm not sure, but very cool.
Not, yeah. So she's gonna take Grover with her to a couple of these places. Well, it's funny because she put a joint in his mouth. I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, interesting.
I think Frank Oz and Jim Henson smoked a lot of pot.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so it's funny because she liked it because I manipulate, like I puppeted him when I was showing her what he looks like and how he talks and stuff.
Yeah.
And she really liked it. So she likes her car. She has 18 little rubber duckies. They're all different across the dash.
That's super
It's
funny.
kind of cool, actually. I've never seen anything like that. And I said, "Oh, I have other ducks here." And she's like, "No, don't you tempt me."
Kelly, did you watch Stranger Things?
I haven't watched the new one. I've been waiting until it ends, and then I'll binge watch it.
Oh, okay.
But
You-
yeah, I have kind of been staying. What?
Do you prefer to binge watch?
Yeah, because you get into it and you want to watch more and more kind of thing, right? So I'll watch it like 2 episodes or something in a night. It's just like Fallout 4 or Fallout, the second season of Fallout came out recently, and I'll wait until it's halfway through.
So we watched a few episodes of that and got distracted with something else. And I am 100% kind of wishing I'd paid more attention because my son Oliver says he really likes it.
Yep.
So my plan is to, over Christmas, maybe start that one again and give it a second chance.
Yeah, there's stuff you miss apparently. I didn't even know, so I have to go back and I'll rewatch it as well. But I'm trying to finish. What was it? I have other shows I'm watching. I can't remember.
Jesse likes to watch.
I'm watching Dexter and Chucky.
Yeah,
Nice.
Chucky's a TV show.
Yeah.
Jesse's watching Silo.
Oh, I like Silo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping. I can't remember. I think we stopped watching it, but I want to watch the rest. Silo. There's another one. Foundation is another one that's good.
Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
What's it about?
It's about empire. So these 3 people rule, but they're the same person. So they have Dusk, Dawn, and Empire, which is the middle person. So, but they're somehow genetically.
Oh, we've talked about this. Is it
Yeah,
the one where, like an adult is a kid is in an adult's body?
No, Foundation is about. It's the same person, but they grow up, so they rule as 3. So they have Dawn, which is the younger person.
Yep.
And then they have Empire, who's the middle person, who's the person who rules. And then they have Dusk, and Dusk is the older person of the same person. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure it out, but I didn't know what their names were in the beginning. And then they have they have an advisor. And then if they have like nanites in their body and they have shields, so if someone were to attack them, they can't because they're protected.
Mm-hmm.
So if they get hurt, the nanites repair their body.
I see.
It's a kind of an interesting thing in general to kind of watch on. There's I think 3, and the thing is, it's not just about them. There's another story that's actually taking place as well, and this lady's like, she goes into hypersleep and she keeps waking up every couple of years to teach new generations or something.
I made a comic book after Chuck the Superhero in high school. I didn't get very far with it, but I was just starting it, and the premise was this guy had a machine that could repair himself.
Oh.
And so long as he could get back to his healing machine, he could sustain any level of beatings and damage. So it was kind of like an invincible superhero who was just needed to be well enough to get back to the machine that would like fix him.
Mm.
It wasn't much of a concept in terms of story, just that much, but it was a great base that I got to kick the shit out of my comic book hero every week.
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
Ta-da! I think it's 9:16.
And there's no Zach. I guess he's still in Japan.
Zach, we didn't share the link tonight, so we don't know where anybody is. We did a bad broadcast.
It's not bad.
Spot's still around. He's probably watching the broadcast.
Things on fire. And
Yeah.
It was good.
Burn the table. Look at burned our special table. Can you see?
Yeah.
Everything.
That's
How'd you burn the table?
with
Fire.
sparklers.
Fire.
No.
We had our 50 sparklers, and then, well, not
It's our
50,
50th
not 50 sparklers. That would be crazy. The number
episode.
50. Yeah.
Episode number 50.
50. Only 450 to go.
Haha.
Uh,
Ha ha ha.
well, it's
We
interesting you should say that because we have not made any distinction or decision on how long we're going to do this.
And yeah, we're not having to pay rent or anything, so it's
Right.
not really related to anything.
But it does
else.
beg the question: how long before we've kind of done it already?
We'll see.
Should we shoot for 100 or
We can do anything.
1,000?
No, whatever.
Is the window open behind me?
Yeah,
Has it been all night?
yeah. Yeah,
That's crazy. Actually, it looks quite nice, doesn't
it
it?
is.
We live way high up.
Okay, I'm gonna sing a Yuletide song.
Okay.
Oh, the holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, of all the trees that go round the wood, the holly bears the crown. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a blossom as white as lay the snow, and deep beneath the spring she sleeps, while icy winds do blow. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a berry as red as any blood, the heart of the merry wood, through the frost and through the flood. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. Oh, nice Christmas ornament there. Thank you for joining, Kelly. Have a good night.